always easy being Erica. Premieres Wednesday, January 26th at 11 on Soapnet.
Yeah, I persuaded him real good. When old Raj wakes up, he'll be dying to tell you what he knows about Frank Ryan.
Abby, I'm proud of you.
This week, Greenlee recruits Scott for her plan.
All you have to do is get to know a gorgeous blonde.
But he's playing by his own rules.
You're gonna need to make it worth my time.
And David's back in the game.
Kendall tried to kill me. Now it's her turn to pay.
Watch All My Children. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on Soapnet.
It's a week of new beginnings.
Are we about to have it all?
Got something for you. For richer, for poor, for better, for worse.
And
A new procedure could address your fertility problems.
There's a way for me to have a baby?
the news she never expected. Watch General Hospital weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on Soapnet.
Parker, what was different about this girl? Tell me about that.
We were driving down the highway and she was in the passenger seat. And I looked at her and I said, you know, I feel like you've been in this seat my whole life and this is a place that we were meant to be. I think that's a feeling that's difficult to describe, but it's one that you know and you recognize. And that's what I felt.
You saw her as a passenger in your vehicle of life?
Is that a great...
Review your matches free at eharmony.com.
When losing weight, no two people are alike, especially when it comes to your metabolism. Introducing the all-new Metabolic Max program from Jenny Craig. It's weight loss personalized to your metabolism. Now we monitor calories in and measure calories out, so you and your consultant can track and adjust your program for maximum healthy weight loss. It's weight loss that's a walk in the park. Get started today and get a free week of food when you join Jenny Craig's new Metabolic Max, the more personalized way to lose weight. Call 1-800-JENNY-20.
Cats are smart. They can outsmart their humans, their canines, and lock doors.
They're also smart enough to choose the litter with less odors.
That's because Fresh Step's scoopable litter with carbon is better at eliminating litter box odors than Arm & Hammer Super Scoop. Fresh Step. Cats know what they like.
To keep in balance after 50, I switched to a complete multivitamin with more. Only One A Day Women's 50 Plus Advantage has ginkgo for memory and concentration, plus support for bone and breast health. A great addition to my routine. One A Day Women's.
We all do it, but you don't have to. Thanks to Secret Flawless Renewal with odor-absorbing microcapsules that capture odor and release a fresh scent. It's still working, so you can stop checking.
Jill, how long would you say I've known Pat Ryan?
Your whole life, I guess. What is that, 25 years?
I knew some kid who roller skated backwards and laughed so hard he scared me silly. And I loved his family, but I never really knew Pat, not till the last couple months.
And who is he?
He's the most wonderful man in the world.
Well, then I'm awfully glad you discovered each other. You know, Faith, I've seen you and Ryan's together a couple of times, and I was really wondering what the story was.
Well, the story is that Pat makes me feel so relaxed and so secure. I can be myself, maybe for the first time in my life. Do you know what that means to me, Jill?
Yeah, I do. You know, Faith, The Ryans have something very special. You know, I think I've spent some of my warmest, most open moments of my life with them. And I think it's because they have this incredible ability to give of themselves so easily. That it rescues people like you and me.
I didn't know you felt about the Ryans like that. You really understand, don't you?
Well, I think I know what it's like now to like yourself. Because that's what's happened in the last few years, and it's really changed me in a lot of ways. Congratulations. Hey, come on. Let's have a brandy to celebrate and honor becoming who we are.
Sure.
Great.
But Jill, you know, it's really Pat you should congratulate. I mean, I never would be able to feel like this if it wasn't for Pat.
Faith, look, I don't want to take anything away from Pat. But you had to be ready to trust someone. Hey, so give yourself most of the credit. There you go.
It was really Pat. He's my first real friend. And my first real lover. You know, Jill, I was beginning to feel like I was some kind of freak. I thought I was abnormal, both physically and emotionally. But I'm not. I mean, I found out I'm just fine, thanks to Pat.
Oh, Faith, you're just fine, period. I mean, look, don't make that depend on Pat.
But Pat's the only one I can even think about right now. I mean, whenever I'm around Pat, I just want to touch him. Then I do touch him, and I want to touch him a whole lot more. I like just being with him, just looking at him. He's the only one I love. I love him. I'm in love with him.
Wait a minute. Now, don't you think you're getting awfully involved awfully soon?
Well, we're not making any kind of plans.
Well, I hope not. I mean, Faith, you have your whole careers ahead of you. I mean, isn't your biggest commitment medicine?
Yeah. Of course it is, but Pat and I are we're just going to be relaxed and open and love each other and let whatever happens happen. Yeah, he's not ready for a commitment. He already told me that.
But Faith, how do you feel about that?
I feel the same way. I'm not any more ready to settle down than Pat is.
Excuse me.
Jill? Jill?
Ready for bed?
I didn't hear you.
I guess you were thinking about us, huh?
Among other things, yeah.
Frank, you want to see something very pretty? You see, I bought this for your first night home, but that was before I realized that you didn't love me anymore. See, it's real lace. Feels very nice. And I thought maybe you could see the rest of it later. You know, just for laughs.
Dee, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. But when I realized you have such unreal expectations, I had to set you straight.
Unreal. I want to get close to you. I want to touch you. I want to make love to you, Frank. Look, I thought that was a very important part of our marriage.
Sex is not our problem, Dee. It's who we are, and what each of us needs to do with our lives. Is that we can't seem to move in the same direction because we each want different things.
Yeah. I want you, and you want Jill.
I wish it were that simple, but it's much more than that. I'm going to work for Riverside when I take that seat on the city council. If everything goes well, I'll run for higher office eventually. I need that kind of involvement with people and government, and you hate it all.
Yeah, I guess I do hate it. Frank, you see, when I went to see Father McShane, he said that when you're married, you have to make certain compromises. So I have. I've tried to forget about Jill. Frank, I'm going to be doing penance for the rest of my life for pushing you down the stairs. Now, all I want from you is to have you spend just a little more time with me and little John.
What you really mean is that you want me to drop out of politics.
Oh, look, Frank, you could be a regular lawyer. You could open up a little office somewhere over on Broadway, and you could come home for lunch.
Do you think that would really make either one of us happy?
Yeah, I think it could. Look, Frank, I'm going to try very, very hard to make you forget about that accident.
Dee, can't you see that it has nothing to do with the fall or Jill or my career? It's us. It's our marriage together. Dee, we made a mistake.
Oh, come on. You don't mean that. Frank, you're just upset. Come on, I'm going to take you to bed.
No, I want to finish this.
Look, I want you to stay here. See, I'm stronger than you are now. But I love you. So, stay for a few moments. Go ahead.
It'd be much easier if I thought there was some hope for us, but I don't. We just haven't enough in common to pull our marriage back together again.
Frank, we have little John in common.
If we stay together because of little John, we'll make him miserable.
Oh, come on, Frank, that's silly. You know, we could make little John very secure.
No, and that's right where I was when you came in. I see the problems, but I'm not sure what to do or when.
Okay, then why don't you just stop, think about it, and wait, okay?
Have you been listening to me at all?
I've been listening, and you sound very unhappy and very mixed up, and I'm very glad I got you out of that hospital.
You were getting me away from Jill, that's all.
Well, sure, I was getting you away from Jill. Okay, you don't want to touch me, but you are still my lawful wedded husband. So, you see, Jill and you are still an occasion of sin. I'm the only woman that you're supposed to love. In confession, I promised that I would be a very good wife. You know, I am supposed to love you.
Dee, don't do this. You're not talking about love. You just want to own me.
Oh, come on, Frank. A husband and wife should kind of belong to each other. They should make sacrifices for each other. Look, I didn't want you to run for city council, but I worked very hard for you. I made phone calls, and I cheered at the rally. I did a lot of things that I didn't enjoy. So now, I just want you home. All to myself. Just for a little while.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so sorry to disturb you. Frank, I've got to have a word with you.
Well, come in, Mrs. Huber.
This week, lives will be threatened. They thought the danger was over.
We're family now. It's gonna take that away from us.
But it's just the beginning.
What is she gonna do next?
Then, someone's framing Todd for murder. Now he wants answers.
Give me a name.
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on Soapnet.
When did you get smart about your digestive health?
When my stomach couldn't wait 14 days for slow-acting yogurt.
Plum Smart is clinically proven to help regulate your digestion with a unique blend of prebiotic fiber, magnesium, and potassium. Try clinically proven Plum Smart and Plum Smart Light.
Are you ready to be moved? With color that moves? Meet the one and only Feria by L'Oreal. Hair color so shimmering, it's the end of dull and flat. So multi-dimensional, it's the color that moves me. Feria combines 3 vibrant tones in every one-of-a-kind shade. So blacks jet with bold tones of blue, and reds ignite with flares of copper. Make your move. Feria hair color, only by L'Oreal. Because, hey, we're worth it.
I'm Sarah from New York. I lost 30 pounds.
I'm Matt from Colorado. I lost 54 pounds.
I'm Allison from Texas, and I lost 40 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
New Proclinical Hydroxycut. Lose weight. Start now.
Meet Erica and her therapist, Dr. Tom. His specialty,
Time travel therapy?
She doesn't talk about her past, she relives it. Being Erica premieres Wednesday, January 26th at 11 on Soapnet.
Vows revenge.
I figured out a way to make Warden Smith pay for what she's done.
On a relentless warden.
I will have my prisoner back.
Who will stop at nothing to get to hope.
Who's there?
Your wife's worst nightmare.
Watch Days of Our Lives, weeknights at 6 and 11 on Soapnet.
What is it?
It's ribs.
Just take it easy.
Easy. Careful. Okay, just take it easy.
Roger, who did it?
I don't know. Somebody mugged me. No.
Roger, I don't want to hurt you. Maybe I should take you over to the hospital, huh?
No. No, I think the worst of it is a couple of broken ribs.
Oh, please, Roger. What if you need stitches or something?
No, I'm all right. Just Just get me a drink.
Yeah, sure. Look, if you don't want to go to the hospital, maybe I should go and get my bag so I can clean up those cuts.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think we should call the police, too.
Yeah, I will. Roger, do you think that you could give him a description?
Oh, it was too dark, and he came at me from behind. Before you call the police, could I have that drink?
Yeah, sure. I'll be right back.
Okay. Take it easy.
Enough?
Mm-hmm.
Enough?
Yes.
Roger, where did it happen?
Jill, I wasn't mugged. I got this because I owed a huge gambling debt that I couldn't pay off.
Gambling?
Yes. The horses. This is the second time in the last year that I've gotten way over my head. And the man that I've owed the money to gets awfully rough. Those broken toes this summer, that wasn't any accident.
I don't believe it. Roger, how could you get involved in something so stupid and dangerous?
Jill, I don't know. I don't understand myself. I just have to do it.
Wait a minute. Roger, you asked me last month to lend you $2,500. Was that for a gambling debt?
Yes. And it's gotten worse. The man I'm supposed to pay the money to now wants information from me.
What information?
He's pushing me to tell him what I know about you and Frank Ryan.
About me and Frank? Roger, why does he think that you know anything about me and Frank?
Oh, Jill, I'm so sorry. I was trying to save my own skin, and I let everything get away from me.
I don't understand.
This summer, I owed $6,500. And this man sent one of his goons after me and broke my toes and was ready to do a lot worse. I tried to get the money. I really did. I tried to get it. So I went to Frank, and he agreed to lend me the $6,500. He was bringing me the money when he had his fall in the hospital. And later, I took it from the emergency room.
That's why he wouldn't put the claim in for the $6,500.
I've been paying it back little by little.
Roger, you tell me, why would Frank lend you $6,500? I mean, that money was his life savings.
I knew you were having an affair, and I said I wouldn't tell. And then I said that one good turn deserves another.
You what?
I'd known for a long... I'd known for a long time. I saw you two together when Frank was still in law school and still on the police force. I saw your car parked on the drive one night, and I walked up to it and recognized the two of you. And then you got out of the car and went into your apartment, and I waited and waited, and Frank didn't come out. So the next morning, I called Ryan's to check it out, and Johnny said that Frank was on duty all night. And from then on, all I had to do was keep my eyes open.
And I thought that my brother and I were getting close.
We have, Jill. Let's been completely honest.
Honest? Roger, our relationship is crawling with deceit. I don't even know who you are anymore.
I lied about the money and the loan to Frank.
It wasn't a loan. You listened to me. It was blackmail. Do you hear me? Blackmail.
All right. All right, I lied about that, but the feelings that have been happening between you and me, they were real. I care about you. You're the only person in the world that knows me and likes me. No one in the family cares. Mom's dead. Dad's indifferent, and Faith detests me. You're the only one, Jill.
Roger, you pretended to be my friend when you were threatening Frank's career, his family, his whole future. Oh, God. I can't even bear to think about it. You know, you were ruthless and vicious, and you're a fool. Now, you used me, and you put Frank through hell. All because of some stinking gambling. Let me tell you something. You really deserve what they did to you.
I know.
Okay. Did you give him the information?
No. And I don't intend to.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
But he'll be back. And this time he said it was going to be my hands. I don't know what to do, Jill.
All right. What if you pay him the money you owe him?
He'll still want to get something on Frank. But maybe he'd back off.
How much do you need? I mean, I assume that it's more than the $2,500 now.
$4,500.
Yeah. The $45 that you asked me for earlier this evening, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, I'll have it to you in the morning.
Thank you. Jill. Jill, I wish to heaven I could make you understand how sorry I am. Frank's such a good man, and you're my sister. And I do love you. And I never wanted to hurt either of you. I swear. You don't believe me.
Oh, Raj. I'm not even thinking about you now. Thinking about Frank. I mean, everybody wanted to know where the $6,500, why he wouldn't put in the claim. And he couldn't say anything. I mean, Mary and Maeve and Johnny, I mean, all of them, they just had to trust him blindly. Me too. And I'm glad it was easy, you know? I mean, I'm glad that he didn't have to tell me that my brother was blackmailing him. You see, he loved me. I mean, he loved me in spite of you.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Only on Soapnet. People are talking about General Hospital's Lucky and Siobhan. D. Hunter Roscoe posted on Facebook, "Finally a love for Lucky. He and Siobhan are great together." Charlotte May adds, "This is great. I hope it works out for these two." Laura Bruno says, "Men are always sexier when they're happy and in love." And Lori McPherson Draper sums it all up. "They are just the cutest couple. Way to go, GH. I love this storyline." People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on Soapnet.
Walk into a burst of fresh fragrance when you pass by. Get motion-activated Glade Sense and Spray and release the magic.
SC Johnson, a family company.
What you got there?
Sesame stir fry from Lucky Dynasty.
Oh, me too. But mine's lean cuisine, so no preservatives.
Wait, did you say?
I did. No preservatives.
Only Lean Cuisine's got over 90 dishes with no preservatives, like sesame stir fry with chicken. It's got crisp farm-picked broccoli and bell peppers and 100% tender white meat chicken steamed in a savory sesame sauce.
Yum.
Yum is right.
Can I have a bite?
Mm-hmm. No preservatives, all delicious. Lean Cuisine.
We have our own way of thinking.
We think sustainability is nothing new. We think justice is older than any government. We think we can grow radishes on the moon. We think education is for the mind and the spirit. We think Indian.
Help tribal college students preserve their way of thinking.
You're on tour with Pork Chop.
Want to know what your favorite General Hospital rockers have been up to?
5 days of crazy. Oh, yeah.
Pork Chop just finished their first tour.
Here we go.
And Soapnet's got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the guys on the road. To see more of Pork Chop on tour,
go to soapnet.com. I'll see you again soon.
it's a farewell event you don't want to miss. ABC Daytime and Soapnet salute Broadway Cares, the grand finale celebration. For one final amazing night, catch the stars of All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital, and The View on Broadway in New York City.
Thank you so much.
This is the final Broadway Cares performance ever, so don't miss your last chance to see this special event, Sunday, March 13th. ABC Daytime and Soapnet salute Broadway Cares, the grand finale celebration. For ticket information, go to abc.com or soapnet.com.
Frank, please forgive me for pushing in like this. Delia, can you put up with me for a bit?
Sure.
We need your help again. Something's happening with the apartment buildings, Frank.
Like what, Mrs. Huber?
Well, there's no sign of the super or the little man who was his helper for the past 3 days. Halls haven't been swept. The garbage cans are left standing on the sidewalk after they're emptied. And you could make ice in the radiators. And it's not just my building. It's all 5, the same as last time I checked.
You think the super has been ordered to stay away?
I sure do. The owner, whoever it is, wants everybody to move out so that he can sell the whole block of property to the hospital with no fight from the tenants.
Mrs. Huber, have you tried talking to the super?
First thing. And he was polite and he talked, but only in Spanish. Frank, he talks English just fine. The last time he spoke Spanish to me was when the hospital almost put us all out on the street.
I guess the owner figures things have settled down enough to try again. Are the tenants up in arms?
Ah, that's the saddest part of all. They're scared. They're talking about moving. The woman who walks to Mass with me thinks the good Lord will help us.
These people were wonderful last spring. They picketed and they wrote letters and they won. All they have to do is be geared up again.
But we need you to organize us, to give us a start. You did such a hard and good job last time, and I'm sorry to say you have to do the whole thing over again.
The first thing we'll have to do is get past the corporations and the holding companies and find out who owns those buildings. And once we do, we'll get this problem straightened out once and for all.
Herbie, tonight I'm a happy man. Not only is Roger Coleridge a sure thing, thanks to your artistry, but the hospital deal looks good, too.
You can get rid of those dumps on Broadway, Nick?
Yeah, with a profit of $250,000, otherwise known as $250,000.
I don't get it. You can buy a big place like that in Jersey, but here in this neighborhood...
The hospital's stuck with Riverside, and most of Riverside belongs to me.
You and Frank Ryan, you're gonna make some team.
Yep.
I wonder what Roger's got in him, huh? Must be pretty bad, because nowadays it's hard to hurt a politician. They get away with murder.
Well, it doesn't even have to be that big. Just a little something I could work with. 3 unpaid parking tickets I could blow into a local scandal. A bribe he took when he was a cop, and Frank Ryan is dead. The new congressman's gonna have to be clean.
The one we got now ain't good.
Yeah, I agree. Being investigated for income tax evasion. And he's got this little secretary who does nothing but sit and wait for him at her apartment. No, he's gonna have to be clean.
Poor Ryan, huh?
Yeah. When Roger comes crawling in here, I'll have Frank Ryan in my pocket.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on Soapnet.